लेट्स डू द असाइनमेंट अगेन रिएटरेटिंग पहले प्लीज सॉल्व कर लो बहुत सिंपल असाइनमेंट है इसमें कुछ करना ही नहीं है आई जस्ट वांटेड टू गिव यू द असाइनमेंट सो दैट एटलीस्ट यू आर श्योर कि आपने जो वीडियोस करी है उसमें आपको कुछ आता तो है मैंने आपको कोई कॉम्प्लिकेटेड चीज नहीं दी इस असाइनमेंट के अंदर आई हैवंट आस्क्ड यू अबाउट किंक्ड प्रेफरेंसेस वी हैवंट स्पोकन अबाउट कॉनकेव प्रेफरेंसेस क्योंकि सारी चीजें हम डिटेल में ऑलरेडी वीडियोस में कर चुके हैं सो एक्चुअली इफ यू लुक एट इट इन ईच वीडियो हम लोगों ने क्वेश्चंस भी प्रैक्टिस कर लिए हैं तो ऐसा कुछ है नहीं जो हमने कवर ना किया हो सो द क्वेश्चंस एंड everything we have already been discussed. I just wanted to throw a new light on some of the things is why this assignment is there. Otherwise, simply speaking, everything has already been done in the video. And these questions should be very, very easy for you now. और अगर नहीं है तो कहीं ना कहीं गैप है अंडरस्टैंडिंग के अंदर वीडियोस दोबारा करो दोबारा समझो ताकि आपको कंफ्यूजन ना हो अ कंज्यूमर हैज अ यूटिलिटी फंक्शन ऑफ u is equal to minimum of x1 comma 3x2 can you find the ratio of consumption without the budget line yes minimum function है तो हम चेक करेंगे कि perfect complement है कि general king perfect complement का फॉर्म क्या होता है u should be a minimum of a linear comma linear is this a linear comma linear combination yes which means it's a perfect complement anytime it's a perfect complement the equilibrium happens at the king I will apply the condition x1 is equal to 3x2 और इसी रेशियो में हमारा कंजम्पशन होता है इसके लिए हमें बजट लाइन चाहिए ही नहीं we are sorted that's the answer to your question a's utility function is u is equal to x1 plus 2 the whole into x2 plus 1 we are also given that subject to x1 plus x2 is equal to 11 so before I get into whatever is written here in the question I want to understand what is the shape of the ice shape of the ice के लिए हम क्या करेंगे we'll figure out good bad combination x1 rises u rises x1 is a good when x2 rises u rises yes that means x2 is also a good which means my curve has a negative slope the moment I assess that then what do I find out MRS MRS is mu1 upon mu2 which is going to be mu1 will be x2 plus 1 the whole into 1 and in the denominator it will be mu2 which will be x1 plus 2 the whole into 1 right so my this thing is x2 plus 1 upon x1 plus 2 जब भी हम IC को देखते हैं तो we go down the IC we go from A to B which means x1 is rising x2 is falling when x1 is rising and x2 is falling my whole MRS is falling which means it's a let me not get ahead of myself it's a diminishing MRS and the moment you know it's a diminishing MRS you know it's a convex IC you know it's a convex IC ठीक है अब क्या है हमारे पास convex IC है हमारे पास budget line है अगर convex IC होता है तो equilibrium happens at tangency calculate कर सकते हैं बिल्कुल कर सकते हैं so my this thing will be equilibrium will be at x2 plus 1 upon x1 plus 2 will be equal to 1 by 1 so x2 plus 1 is equal to x1 plus 2 which is nothing but x2 is equal to x1 plus 1 ये मेरे पास condition आ गई I put it here which means that I can put x2 की जगह x1 plus 1 which is 2x1 is equal to 11 so x1 is equal to 5 and x2 is equal to 6 that's my answer so when IC passes through 2,8 what is the equation in terms of x2 when the IC passes through 2,8 then this is 2 this is 8 then my utility is 2 plus 2 4 4 into 9 9 for the 36 then my equation in terms of x2 will be 36 is equal to 4 into x2 plus 1 that is my equation draw the IC we know it's a convex IC we can draw the ICs what is A's MRS we figured out what the MRS is what is the budget equation and the slope budget equation and the slope is 1 draw the budget line we can draw the budget line can A achieve the utility above his budget line never what is the optimum bundle 5,6 next A consumes two goods with a utility function of u is equal to 4 under root x1 plus x2 what is the minimum income he needs to sustain his habit वैसे तो आपको clue already दिया हुआ है नहीं भी दिया होता तो भी आपको पता है it's a combination of a non-linear plus a linear which means it's a quasi-linear function when it's a quasi-linear function what do we put MRS to be equal to the price ratio so the MRS is 4 upon 2 under root x1 is equal to p1 by p2, which implies that 2 upon root x1 is equal to p1 by p2, which implies x1 is equal to, or x1 by 2 and root x1 by 2 is equal to p2 by p1. So can I write x1 is equal to 4 p2 square upon p1. So the minimum income I need, the minimum income he needs to sustain his income, to sustain his consumption will be p1 into 4 p2 square upon p1, whatever that amount is, depends on the prices. L has a utility function of u is equal to x plus 3y. Given that his budget equation is x plus 2y is equal to 8, find his consumption bundle. X plus 3y, when u is equal to x plus 3y, then we know, looking at the function, that it's a perfect substitute. Perfect substitute है तो straight line है, straight line है तो इसका मतलब हमारे पास corner solution हो सकता है. सबसे पहले हम क्या करेंगे, इसका IC draw करेंगे. Let's take a point like 6, 0. It gives me a utility of 2. 2 की utility मुझे और कहाँ से मिलेगी? Sorry, it gives me a utility of 6, not 2. I can also get the same utility from 0, 2. So my ICs are like this, very flat, because of the fact that यहाँ पे 2 और यहाँ पे 6 gives me the same amount of satisfaction. अब हमें पता है कि corner solution है, corner solution है तो हम क्या करेंगे, इसके अंदर हमारे पास general condition है, if MRS is less than P1 by P2, you consume only Y. If MRS is greater than P1 by P2, then you consume only X. हमारे पास MRS क्या है? MRS is 1 by 3 and P1 by P2 is 1 by 2. So P1 by P2 is greater than MRS, so I only consume good 2. So the consumption is of only good 2. So what is the equilibrium bundle? The equilibrium bundle will be 0, 4. The equilibrium bundle will be 0, 4. So that was our assignment. I will see you in the next video, in which I'm going to start with the next chapter, demand. Thank you.